Okay, hello, Jose, N4BAA, and this is for Carl. I am testing out the cx24, I guess it is, or cx24. I still don't have the nomenclature down, but I have it mounted on a test tower before it goes up, and I've been experimenting with it a little bit today. And the first thing that we noticed was when we went to level here, when we make this level all the way around, the upper frame up here is definitely not level. So it's a little cattywampus when you look at it. So right here, the boom cradle is actually bowed, and there's a peak in the middle of about 3/16 of an inch from the ends. I know this is not an actual production model, but you sent it to me to try out. I'm just giving you some feedback. I don't know why it's doing that. I apologize. But pretty easy to get on the tower. And I have it hooked up. I don't have Jim NT9J with me today, so I'm just kind of messing with this myself. But you can kind of see, even from this angle, a lot of the frames are just not level all the way around. And then in here, getting the motor and feedback module hooked up was kind of a pain in the ass, to tell you the truth. After several tries, I've got this to mesh really good all the way around on a 360 rotation. And the feedback module was tightened up after the drive motor gear was in place. And I adjusted it with these two screws, I think by design, to get it to sit here pretty well. And it seems to be working okay currently. This model does have the shim washers in here that we spoke about, so there's very little friction. I don't have the, whatever you call it, the skid grease or what have you. The pigtail I just kind of made up for testing purposes. But I thought I'd give you the initial test results. We had pretty good weather today, so I thought I would put it on the tower. Did it pretty easily. I have these brackets actually 90 degrees out from one of them. That I know, if you notice that in the video, I know that's not correct. But our next step is we are going to put the 9-element 6-meter Yagi, which is about 70 pounds, 75 or 80 pounds actually, on a 42-foot boom. And I've actually redesigned the boom, the overhead truss here, so that the antenna can sit in the cradle right there. And this way I don't have to worry about the truss being not equal at the top. And this is kind of a similar design that you had on your bigger rings when you had the double overhead trusses. I just put a turnbuckle in the middle up here, which made it a lot easier for me to deal with. But as it is, this antenna will be put on the test tower, and we'll give it a couple of rotations and see how it does, and we'll take it from there. Other than that, that's the first time we've been able to get it out here on the tower. I do have a question. So to keep the gear of the motor in, there's supposed to be a way to put the I guess the tensioner that goes, I guess, from here to somewhere. I don't know if it's to a bracket here. The cx24 has a clamp that clamps here that used with a bolt to draw it in, to draw the motor in the direction of the gearing, I would assume. But this one doesn't seem to be able to do that. I don't really have anything to clip it onto unless you clip it there. And maybe that's the intention, but I don't think that angle here is actually going to be able to tension that in there. So tell me if the cx22 or the cx24, whichever one this is, I think it's a 22, if it requires the tensioner, and if so, how do you put it on there? Because I'm really not quite sure how that goes. But anything to make the gearing of the motor sit better in there would probably be beneficial. So, until next time, I'll give you feedback as I get it to you. I appreciate your help and your assistance. I'm really looking forward to either a production model or I'll figure out how to get this one level. You can see it's kind of cattywampus here. So I will end with this. So the bottom, this side here, this frame here is actually higher to make this level. When I made this level, this side was extremely down low, about a ½ an inch. So really not quite sure what the best solution is there for that, but the ring itself is definitely not level at this point. But we're going to give it a shot because it's as close as we can get it. We'll talk to you later. Those are your rings up there, Carl. You got a cx24 at the top. Don't have the new motors in it yet. Have a 1022 right below that. Another 1022 below that. And here is a 1032 that we're still trying to get to function. I am pretty sure if I can get through this winter, I will replace those with the your newer models. And to be honest with you, I think I'm gonna see if I can't get a hold of Ranco 4 Ocean 3 Alpha and see if he'll let me use or demo one of his rotor geniuses and give that a shot, because I'm pretty sure that'll cure the feedback module issues that I'm having currently. Not that they're terrible, just kind of a weird mechanism. Anyway, this is Driven Around in North, and we'll get back to you soon. Thanks.